Okay, this is similar to problem number 1, where you have drop-down boxes, except this time you have 6 choices instead of 5. And the 6 concepts, I once again copied them straight from your Mobius reading and participation activities, and then I've color-coded everything for you again. I usually like to start with population because it's the easiest one to figure out. The population is all the individuals, objects, or measurements whose properties are being studied. That's right here, population in green. And what we are studying is a cardiologist is interested in the mean recovery period of her patients who have had heart attacks. So we are looking at the cardiologist patients who have had heart attacks. That's what we're looking for. And that would be number 2, all of the cardiologist patients who have had heart attacks. Don't get that confused with number 5, because number 5 says a group of the cardiologist patients who have heart attacks. That would be, when you say all, that means all of them. But when you say a group, that is actually a subset, which would be a sample. So let's see, population is number 2, and then the red one would be the group, a group of the cardiologist patients. That would be a sample. It's a subset of the population. So sample is number 5. Then the next easiest one to figure out is variable, which would be a characteristic of interest for each person or object in a population. And a lot of times they actually use a variable, which they did. They used an X on this one. And the characteristic that we're looking for is the length of the recovery period, because that's what it says. It's interested in the mean recovery period. Mean is an average, so, but how long does each one take? And then the average them, which is add them all up and divide by the number of numbers. But anyway, so number 3 is the variable, which leaves us with 1, 4, and 6. Now, if we look at number 4, it says the mean recovery period of the cardiologist patients who have had heart attacks. But then when you go down to number 6, the mean recovery period of the cardiologist patients who have had heart attacks, and then they add on to that in the sample. They're almost identical, except number 6 has in the sample. And if you look over here at statistics right here, it's a numerical characteristic of the sample, So number 6 is actually our statistic, and number 4 would be our parameter. Parameter is a number that is used to represent a population characteristic and that generally cannot be easily determined easily, because you're looking for the mean. And to determine that, you have to, oh, wait a minute. Oh, hang on a second. Sorry, I got interrupted. Anyway, generally cannot be determined easily. The mean recovery period, we're having to calculate a mean for this, which, like I said before, is adding them up and dividing by the number of numbers. So you have to do this fancy calculation. So that is our parameter, which leaves us with, by the process of elimination, there's only one left, and that is the data. And data is a set of observations, a set of possible outcomes. We're looking for the length of the recovery period of the cardiologist patients who have had heart attacks. Examples of data, so it's kind of pretty clear right there. Examples of the data are 3, 4, 5 weeks. So that is our answer. So there you have it. Very much like number 1. And I'm almost 5 minutes, so I'm going to stop this recording. But those are the correct answers. I've already double checked it in Mobius, so just trust me on that.